So everybody, hello. Now we finish with the k. Remember, you pronounce it like from further back than you do in Spanish. Okay, so the ge is the same because it's the main consonants go in pairs. The voiced one and the voiceless one. In pairs means that the position of the organs in the mouth and the throat are the same. Okay, the placement is exactly the same. You just change where there's voice or not. Okay, like t, d, or p, b. Okay, s, z, the position is the same. It's just whether you use your vocal cords, no, las cuerdas vocales, or not, to make this vibration for the voice. Okay, so ge is the same. So like ge, and it's very important. At the end of the word, it's important that you pronounce it. Okay, for example, in Spanish, or Spanish people may say dog. It's dog. You have to say dog, and you have to hear the ge. Okay, so make a little effort. If you go digging in the garden, don't forget to get your old grey gloves. Okay, if you go digging in the garden, don't forget to get your old grey gloves. And make a little effort. Okay, so we're going to prepare the review, and then you can revise for the exam. Okay, which we'll have tomorrow whenever you watch this. Okay, on Wednesday. So this is part 1, A, B, C, D. Okay, on page 90 something, 99. So make sure these are collocations. Normally this deals with vocabulary, prepositions, and some collocations. So choose the one that you think is correct. Normally you will have to look at the words, okay, around the gap. You see, okay. So 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've done it. I'm going to give the answers. Okay, you have to overcome problems. There's another thing that you can overcome. I don't know if it's in the exam. Setbacks. Setback is un contratiempo. That's a nice word. Okay, setbacks. You overcome setbacks. You can overcome. Okay, deadlines is like the deadline normally to hand in the homework is the following day before the lesson. Okay, fulfill your potential. Es hacer realidad. You have potential. You have a lot of potential. No, you could be a great football player. So to fulfill your potential, you have to train a lot. Okay, imagine that is your full capacity, but your level is here. So, but you have the capacity of achieving this level. So, if you get to the top, then you will have fulfilled your full potential. Okay, you set the alarm, establecer, no, like establish. You set yourself goals. Okay, by chance, accidentally, this one was in the previous test. Oh, you came across something by chance or by accident. Cope with, we saw this in class yesterday. Cope with pressure, similar to deal, the position. Okay, they rarely waste. Remember, waste, you can miss an opportunity, but waste is like you have it and then you do something wrong, so you waste the opportunity. Okay, any possibility, there was no possibility, so it was impossible. Opportunity is like the chance. Okay, you were given an opportunity. Okay, so there was never any possibility. Okay, there was no possibility, so it was impossible. Yeah, you can think about that. It was impossible for me to become. That's a common expression. Okay, impossible for me to do something. Okay, I leave it to chance. Okay, I leave it to chance. Remember these decisions in Peaky Blinders? I have to check. I don't know if there's another season. Okay, so he left the biggest decisions in his life to chance. He tossed a penny, and the penny decided for him. Now this exercise is difficult. You have to correct the conditionals. It can be any conditional from 0 to third conditional. Sometimes there are different options. Okay, you can make 2 changes to make it correct. Okay, if you want to revise, you can have a look at this. Remember, always true, present, likely in the future, present, future. Remember, if goes with the condition, what has to happen first, and that is the consequence. Hypothetical, unlikely in the future. If I won the lottery, I would. If you passed the C1, you would celebrate with your friends. Okay, or unreal. If there was no COVID, we would be coming to class. Okay, so if there was, past simple with would. Third, anything about the past. I don't know if you had in the last exam of Rebecca. Okay, past perfect, would plus have plus the third form. Would have done. Not to pronounce it. Would have, wouldn't have. So apply this. Okay, you can have this in the video on your mobile phone while you do the exercise. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you the answers in 3, 2, 1 to make it bigger. Okay. So I may give you a clue before. I need to be. So now, if this is correct, if I made Usain Bolt, second conditional, but it's true that you can change it. Okay, but but in any case, this is wrong. If I made, so second conditional, I would take a photograph of him. Or if I meet, you're going to see a meeting, no? They call meetings, una cita de atletismo, I think. It's English is a meeting, an athletics meeting. So if you can say, if I meet him, because I'm going there, it's very likely, or it's relatively likely. So if I meet him, I'll take. So that's another option. You can make it first conditional. This is what I told you. That sometimes there are different options, but try to make as few changes as possible. Okay, so if I meet him, I would take. Okay. So this part is correct. So change the second part. 3, 2, 1. So we can get them if we book them today. Okay. So this will be normal thing. If you want to, this is first. Okay. If you wanted to make the sentence more unlikely, we could get tickets if you book them today. But we're not going to. But hypothetically, if we book them today, which we're not going to do, then we could get tickets. So you could make it second condition, but again, you'd have to change. No, well, you would have to change the first part. But the normal sentence would be this. Okay, like if we book them today, we can get them. Okay, you could be, this is correct. So change the first part. Okay, second conditional. 3, 2, 1. If you practiced harder, which you're not doing now, so this is unreal, you could be a good player. Okay, this is the note. Now, you don't help me enough. Okay, so this one is correct. The first part is correct. Second conditional. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I wouldn't, okay, wouldn't have so many problems. If you help me more, which you don't, I wouldn't have, so it's hypothetical. It's not real. Okay, if he had, this is correct. It's true that there are other options, man. So this is third conditional. So 3, 2, 1. He could have, okay, so could have become world champion if he had a different coach. Or, okay, instead of could have, if you want to make it second conditional, think about it. 3, 2, 1. He could become if he had a different coach. Okay, so past and could. Okay, because it's the idea of being able. Remember, can, could, the idea of being able to do it, would, that would happen. Okay. Now, this is correct. If the club, okay, hadn't, third conditional, so if plus had, okay, plus past perfect. If the club hadn't offered him, if you could say other things, no, but the normal thing is third conditional. You could make it, no, he might decide if the club don't offer him so much money. Okay, like first. Okay, so she didn't become in the past, correct? Okay, she didn't become. Sorry, no, this. If she had taken, this is correct. Okay, if she hadn't taken her trainer's advice, this is correct. So this is the condition. So she, the same as here, she wouldn't have become. Okay, would plus have plus the third form. She wouldn't have become if she hadn't taken. Okay, I don't think you have other options here. 8. Imagine this is the World Cup where Spain won. Okay, in Cape Town or Johannesburg. I don't remember. Football City, I think. Soccer Stadium. I think it was Soccer Stadium. Okay, so this is correct. They would have traveled to South Africa. Did they travel? No, they didn't. If they could afford it, this could be correct, but if they could have afforded it in 2010, that was 2010. Okay, if they could have afforded it, si se lo hubiesen podido permitir, they would have traveled. Habían viajado. Okay, so the conditional, because this is the World Cup in 2010, where Spain won. Okay, so we're going to revise more. We're going to revise the conditional more. Okay, so that's not any part. Now this is part 3. Okay, to improve there. So think about what part of a speech you need. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb is a pain to write with the mouse. Okay, I think most of them are nouns anyway. So Go ahead. Make sure you know what part of speech you need: positive, negative, singular, plural. If it's a noun, some of them are plural, some of them are negative. Okay. Be careful with the spelling, and I'm going to start giving you the answers in 3, 2, 1. I'll give you a clue. Okay, there, a noun. The noun for perform. Now decide if it's the person or the abstract, the action. It's the action. So, performance. There is a strong. The noun, you have a, so it's singular. So the noun for possible, possibility. Be careful with the spelling. Possible, possibility. An amount of after preposition. You need a noun also and noun. So noun and noun. Okay, and puts two things together which are the same. I'm going to try, Bob, I'm just remembered, I'm going to try to speak more loudly. Okay, so the noun for determined is determination. Remember, determined to, you can write that down. I'm determined to do something. So determination, the noun. The idea of, so noun, this is in Rebecca, I haven't seen it yet. My marriage was a failure, but we saw this yesterday in class. We talked about failure. Tell it about an occasion when you were successful, and about failure. Story about failure. Are extremely, so verb to be with an adjective. The adverb modifies the adjective. From superstition, the adjective superstitious, beautiful spelling, T-I-O-U-S, like famous and so on. Okay. It's common for sports people to be. Now you need a noun. You don't have a because it's plural. Otherwise it will be a. Okay, like Cristiano is a. So someone who likes things to be perfect. It was in the book. We saw this. I remember I wrote perfect, compete, and so on, and I got the words that come from those stems, no, as raíces. So the noun plural, perfectionists. Notice perfectionists. Okay, it's probably as important. So this is the subject of the sentence. So you need a noun. The noun for confident. Be careful with the spelling. 3, 2, 1. Confidence. And too much pressure can lead to here is a preposition, so you need a noun. Now you have to decide if this leads to a positive noun or a negative noun. Be careful with the spelling. This is in Rebecca. You must have seen it in chapter 5 or 6. 3, 2, 1. Okay, my unhappiness must have shown on my face. We've seen this. So we got these in part 3. Remember, you have to complete the 4 forms. If it's negative, for example, you put this for a negative. Okay, so you know how to make that negative form. Okay, so some more revision. Okay, a little exercise with the conditionals. Okay, you have to put them in the correct, these words in the correct place. There's one missing because it's down here, I can't show it. Okay, so put 5 of them in the correct place, and then I scroll it down. 3, 2, 1. So this is first conditional, so 3, 2, 1. If he's very lucky, he would be second condition. So if he wasn't so lazy, if you could meet, who would you choose? Notice the questions, because in the exam you have some with questions. So notice the order. Who would you have chosen? No, I would have. So who would you know? Who would have you? Who would you have? Okay, wouldn't you do this? Okay. So if the train, this is something likely to happen. So if it isn't on time, what will you do? Specific first conditional. So if we don't hurry up, we won't get there on time. This is first conditional. Okay, all these are third conditional. So just for you to practice. So do these 4. Stop the video. I'm going to give you answers in 3, 2, 1. So remember the form of the third conditional. Okay, remember you can change the order of the clauses, but if we go with past perfect, would have. Okay. Have it in the third form. So 3, 2, 1 might have become. You have to be careful with the third form of the verbs. Okay, you can revise the regular verbs. I think in Speak Out you have the on page 127. I don't remember page something at the end of unit 10. You have a list with irregular verbs. I don't think you have irregular verbs here which don't appear. So if, so past perfect, have known. If, so this would or might. Okay, might plus have. Plus the third form, might not have decided. I definitely, so no if, so would plus have plus the form. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Wouldn't have. Make sure if you have the negative. Okay, stop. Do these 2. I'm going to give the answers in 3, 2, 1. So if had, so the one with wouldn't have met. Okay, if I hadn't. So this is the one with would. And a question. Remember the order? Okay, would you have remembered? So more practice. I have a practice for you until you get tired of me. Okay. So I want the answers of this and the other exercise. I'll put it in the task. I want them on paper or on a Word document, and you send it when you hand in the task. Okay, so do the first 4. Okay, make sure you've done them. I'm going to give you the answers in 3, 2, 1. So realize first, I'll give you some clues. Okay, this is 0 conditional. So try to correct it. 3, 2, 1. If you smoke in restaurants, you get in trouble. 0 conditional. It always happens. I couldn't see the keyboard. Okay. So I had my dictionary. So this is second conditional. I don't have my dictionary, so this is unreal. Second conditional. 3, 2, 1. I would do my homework if I had. Okay. It's going to rain, so you're sure to get wet. So this is for the future. Okay. So if this first condition, if it rains, you'll get wet. Okay, you're sure to get wet, so it rains. 4. Okay, 4 is unreal. I'm not good at typing, so it would be useful for my job if, but I'm not. If second conditional, 3 to 1. If I were good at typing, good as you had this in the podcast, in the exam of Rebecca yesterday. Very fun. Don't do this one. Okay. So 4 and 5. Okay, 3. No, 4 and 5. It's only 5. 6 is strange. Okay. So often, always. So you use 0 condition because something general. Okay. So when. Ready? When they are in noisy places. Okay, people often find it difficult to concentrate when they are in noisy places. Okay, and last revision exercise. I'm doing this. I have to write down what I can do. The problem is that you can cheat anyway. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, didn't we? So if you cheat when the teacher can't tell, so probably you are going to cheat now, aren't you? Okay. So you have to write these sentences in second conditional. You can start with if or with the result clause. It's up to you. Okay, I will start with whatever appears first. So you have to realize what conditional you need. Okay, and then write the sentence. But it can be first, second, or third. I don't know if there are any options. 0. The file says 1, 2, 3 conditional. Okay, so do number 1. I'm going to give you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've done it. So you have to write this either. I'll send you the file, so you can do it on the file if you want on paper. Okay, but please make sure you correct your mistakes. This second conditional. If I paid attention in class, which I don't, come on, remember when you start with if, come on. Okay, I wouldn't come on Friday. Okay. Next, we saw this. This is 3 to 1. Write your answer. And I'm going to read, okay? This is third conditional. Sorry, the doctor calling. I don't know. I think she made a mistake. So, third conditional. We did this the other day. Ukraine. Yeah, already what? Ukraine. Okay. Wouldn't have got their independence if they hadn't felt different. Okay, it doesn't matter if Ukraine hadn't felt different, they wouldn't have got their independence. You can do both. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. First you have to decide what conditional it is. Okay, this first conditional, Okay, something that might happen is not unlikely. Okay, so first conditional, 3, 2, 1. I'll go to uni if I have enough money. Okay, so I'll go to uni if I have enough money, so it's something likely to happen. Okay, so you read the sentence, decide which conditional it is, first, second, or third. 3, 2, 1. It is third conditional. Okay, so I don't know what they said. Second conditional. No? I don't know what they said. Second conditional. It's something that's unreal because they are afraid. But so I would have a tiger at home if my parents weren't afraid of cats. Okay. Spain was powerful in 15. Okay, this is in the past. This is in the past. So you decide what it is. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's third conditional. So Spain wouldn't have been, I would say, so that it sounds better, so powerful in the blah blah if Christopher Columbus hadn't discovered, okay, America. This says, okay, I'm quite short, that's why I can't play in the NBA. So decide which condition it is. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've stopped it. Second conditional. I'm short, that's what it is. Okay, so if I weren't, remember when you say second conditional, you could say if I wasn't, but normally if I weren't so short, comma, I could, because it's I can't. So when you have this idea of being able to, normally could, I could play in the NBA. Okay, now read it. 3, 2, 1. Which condition is it? First conditional. So I'll work hard on my ins profile if I don't have a lot of homework. You have to be a bit creative here. Depends on the homework. So if I don't have a lot of homework, okay, first conditional. So read it. Stop it. 3, 2, 1. It's second conditional. So I buy an if I had enough money. So it's unreal because you don't have enough money. 3, 2, 1. So this is second conditional. Unreal. Teacher, if I weren't so shy. Okay, I mean, you can say weren't very shy, but if I weren't so shy, I'm so shy that I can become a teacher. So this idea is given with so. Okay, read it. 3, 2, 1. Didn't buy, so anything about the past, third conditional. I would have bought a Ferrari if it hadn't been, okay, past perfect, so again, so expensive. It's the same, we saw this one. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've done it. It's the conditional. So okay, you wouldn't have written that if you hadn't, I don't know what I'm doing, hadn't come late every day for a week. We did 3, 2, 1. If you had, be careful with the spelling. Third condition, studied enough. You wouldn't have had to come. Be careful with this. You had to come, so you wouldn't have had to come on Friday. You know, some of these are very similar. Okay. Wow, amazing. You are going to do lots of revision. I got low marks. 3, 2, 1. Decide which condition it is. Do it. And the answer is third condition. Okay, I'm going to save you some time. I got low marks, so I would have got low marks if I had cared more. I didn't care too much, so if I had cared more about. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Decide which condition it is. Okay, first conditional. So to correct it, I'm going to show the answer. Okay, so take up CrossFit if there are any places. Okay, first condition. I want to swim on Sunday, depends on the weather. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've done it. It's first conditional. Okay, so I go swimming if the weather is fine. First conditional. Okay, 15. Decide which condition it is. Do it. 3, 2, 1. It is third conditional. Okay, it's about the past. Okay, you can stop, think about it. It is what it is. Okay, 16. I want to travel. So decide which condition this is. 3, 2, 1. It is second conditional because it's unlikely or unreal right now because you don't have that money. So correct it, do it, try to fix it. The answer is okay. So I travel if I had, but it's not the case. 3, 2, 1. Okay, decide which condition it is, do it. 3, 2, 1. Past, so third conditional. And the answer is okay. The condition would have been if they hadn't got scared. 3, 2, 1. Decide which condition it is. On the past, so it is third condition. Make sure you've done it before you check it. Okay, this is actually funny because that was probably one of the worst seasons for Iniesta. He had been injured, he wasn't playing well for Barcelona, then he was injured again during the World Cup in the first or second match, and then eventually he played the final, and at the very end he scored a goal which he was a bit lucky. I think the defender nearly stopped it, the goalkeeper touched it, but it went in, and there were several rebounds, like there was a cross like Fernando Torres, and then there was a rebound, and Fabregas again. So anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so this is all the revision. This should have taken you more than an hour. Okay, this has been 27 minutes recording. So good luck. Thank you very much. Bye.